Hello, Jen.
Hello, Sarah.
You got your coffee?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, we're ready. Here's another story time, all right? This is the story of how I almost died. Part 2, Saga 2 of hopefully not a trilogy. So this was, oh my god, when was it? It was like the same year that I moved to LA. So I feel like this was also still like a turning point in my life why I didn't stay in animation and I just did my own kind of small business, I guess, venture. So I think I moved to LA in like 2016 and I moved in June, drove across the country, and then in September there was AWA, which is Anime Weekend Atlanta. So I go to the con, same as usual, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just the same. And so I think it was Saturday. The con goes Saturday, and then one of my friends from Canada, who I haven't seen in a really long time, was at the show. So it was like, oh, let's go get dinner sometime. Haven't seen you. Let's catch up, right? But she was doing dinner with another mutual friend at the time who was working for this other company. So it ended up being like, hey, I want to do dinner with you, but it was 4, 5 other people because there was someone else helping out at the booth. So there was 5 people. The con show ends, we go to the parking lot, and then the mutual friend, I guess we all get into like a rental car, which is like the standard like Dodge Caravan that we usually like rent as well too. So we're like, oh, hey, what should we eat? Let's just go eat like, I think it was like a fried chicken place that we wanted to go to. So we're driving, and it was like pretty dark because it was like 7 o'clock-ish. It was like kind of misting, not rain per se. So we're all just kind of chatting, but not like being, I don't know, like loud or obnoxious or anything like that. It's just casual chatting, like, oh, you know, how'd your day go, whatever. And then there was like, I guess the highway in Atlanta, we weren't in downtown Atlanta, but like the highway, you know, like in LA when there's like 6, 7 lanes, it was very wide. And there was like a sea of red because it was not parked cars, like stopped cars. Like,
because traffic,
the whole
right?
horizon was traffic, right? So the person driving did not notice the sea of red, right? You're on the highway. They were going like 70 miles an hour, right?
No.
Just full on totals the car in front of them, right? I think we hit like a pickup truck in front, but that pickup truck hit another car in front that had like a family inside.
Oh no.
So it was just like a 3-car full on collision. My glasses flew off and my phone flew off, right? My glasses and my phone were the only things that broke. Everyone else's phone was perfectly fine,
Were
right?
you in the front seat?
No, so the Dodge Caravan, there's 3 rows. I'm like triggered. I can never sit in this seat again now. So there's driver's seat, passenger seat. The driver's seat was the girl who was driving. The passenger seat was the owner of the company that she was working at, who also rented the car, so it was under his name. Then my friend, and then the girl that was helping sell, and then in the back seat was me.
You?
It was just me on the third row. Back in the third row. So we all like just kind of climb out because I think it was kind of like, you know, adrenaline rush because like right before when it happens they're like, wait, stop, and then all this stuff, and then I think like someone was like screaming because they were smelling like smoke, and they're like get me out. I was like, oh my god. So it was like, and then people called like the cops and stuff, and then in the meantime I was just like, I think when there's like big emergency, high stress, I don't freak out, but I'm just like, well, what do I do about it? So I borrowed someone's phone and I was like, okay, I'm in Atlanta, but I'm not staying at a hotel with friends. I'm staying at a friend's house, right? And all they knew was like, I'm going to go eat dinner with a friend. So I had no way to contact them. So I had to go on Facebook Messenger, contact my ex at the time and be like, hey, can you message these people? Go on my computer and message these people and tell them that I'm going to the hospital.
I was like, wait, what year was this? Was flip phones? Like, what?
No. It was like smartphones. Yeah. So that was my only way to contact my friends that I was staying at because I didn't remember their phone number. Mm-hmm. So I just told them like, hey, I'm going to this hospital. And then they were like, oh, do you want to ride on the ambulance? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. And then I get on. Yeah, I did. So it was like
kind of $2,000. No?
I didn't know. It was just kind of like, oh, am I in pain?
Yes.
Yeah, I am. I can't. I think it was like everything is so shaken that you like can't really stand or do anything. Yeah. So I get there. Funny enough, this hospital is the one that is the start of The Walking Dead. So I was like, as we were driving down, I was like, hey, I know that hospital.
Oh, yeah, it takes place in Atlanta.
Yeah. So it was that. And then, so we go through, I guess I had to do like blood work or like get an x-ray. So in the beginning, like when you're at the con, you're like hungry and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna have a power dinner, right? I didn't get to have that dinner. So now I'm at the hospital and they're like, hey, you can't eat for 24 hours because we have to do blood work.
Yeah.
So they do a bunch of stuff. They do a bunch of scans and I was like, oh man, my like arm hurts a lot. So the damage done was the driver's seat didn't get anything. Just like, you know, bumps, scratches.
That's crazy because they're in the I guess whiplash. You got whiplash, right?
Yeah, we all got whiplash though. But, so aside from that.
But I'm like, surprised people in the front weren't like dead.
So only the front driver's side.
Was
the people
okay
on
or
the
bad?
Oh no. Yeah, the front left side were fine. It was just kind of like some cuts, bruises, like, you know, your knees hurt and stuff. The people on the left side got wrecked. So the guy in the front seat, he's kind of like a big dude, right? Never prop your foot up on the glove compartment. So he had his foot propped up.
Oh, you told me.
It shot out the windshield, did a 180, and then so I think he had probably the worst where they had to like try to fix it. Like they tried one thing to try to fix it, didn't work, so they tried another thing. God. So then I like every time I saw him at cons, he was like, oh, I had to do like another skin grade and like all this stuff. I was like, damn. So he was much older, but apparently I guess he got arthritis earlier or had like can't really run as much. Maybe this information is wrong, but this is just from what I remember. It's been like 7 years, I guess. So the girl in front of me, she is much smaller. So she fractured her collarbone, same as me, but the seatbelt, she damaged like part of her colon, so she had to get surgery to get a piece of that like removed. Jesus. So she got like internal like bleeding and like internal damage too. I have a gut, so that saved my life. So I just got a fractured collarbone. So we do like scans and stuff, and I'm just like, it was funny because when we're all in like the waiting room before they put me in the ER, Atlanta's wild, man, because when I was put in a room, they were gonna like, the doctor was gonna come in to me, but then there was like a guy who just got shot, and they were like, rush him in, like, this is emergency, and I was just standing there like, oh, I'm in Atlanta. Yeah, my friends come and they like meet up with me in the hospital, and they're like, oh my god, Sarah, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm just like, hi guys, sorry I couldn't get back to your place. So and it was funny because like I was like, when we're all in like the, I guess, the patient room, I was like sitting there and I was like, guys, I have something really important to say. And they're like, yes, Sarah, what's wrong? Is everything okay, right? As if I was dying. And I was like, guys, if I can't get out by tomorrow, can someone watch my table? And they're like, Sarah, this is not the time to think that. And I was like, my flight is on Sunday. How am I going to get home? So they were like, no, don't worry about that. So I leave the hospital, and then they were like, they give me the scans and all this stuff. And I was like, I need to go. I can't stay in Atlanta. So I guess my friend's ex, he picked me up, and then they were like, hey, you haven't eaten for like, you know, more than 24 hours. Start with like, you know, fruits, smoothie, crackers, right? Like, and then on the drive back, I was like, yo, I'm hungry. We passed by a Chipotle, and I was like, yo, can I get a burrito bowl? And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, I'm fine. At this point, I'm like hooked up on Vicodin. So I'm like, I'm fine. This is great. So I was only going to have one bite and then like eat a little bit later. I ate the whole bowl, and I was like, I feel great. So we go to the con. Thankfully, like I had a lot of friends in LA, so they helped me, like everyone helped break down. Yeah, like break down my booth. Like someone had an extra, like they didn't check in 2 bags, they only checked in one, so like people brought my stuff back and then they dropped it off. So I came back to LA. I got the giant Polyworld there. So it was funny because it was the first time that I got like, I was in a sling and I would like go to the con on Sunday and be like, hey guys, and they're like, Sarah, what happened? I'm like, hey guys, I got in a bad car accident. And I was like, I feel fine though. But it did not occur to me that it was 1,000% the painkiller. So in the airport, they like wheeled me and like all this stuff. And the lady walked so fast. I was holding Polyworld just like, So I go home and then I had to go to another doctor. But then the doctor, they were like, hey, we don't want to give you Vicodin. So we're going to give you Tylenol 3. I'm allergic to Tylenol. So then I was like, man, I'm having trouble breathing. So I had to go back to the doctor. And then he was like, all right, fine. So then I ended up getting surgery in Jersey. So I flew to Jersey because I think because
closer,
I had
right?
Because it was very confusing because the accident happened in Atlanta. I was living in LA, but all of my information was still Jersey because I had just freshly moved to LA. So I just went back to Jersey. I stayed at my folks' place, did surgery there. When I was recovering, I read the entirety of Naruto because it was available at the library at home, and I still had a Jersey license and a California license, so they let me check out books there. But yeah, I guess I moved to LA for animation, but because I moved, got in this accident, couldn't really draw or do any work because the collarbone that I fractured was like, it's connected to my drawing arm. So I just kind of just kept doing cons, and then I just got situated. But otherwise, I would have just went back from New York animation to LA animation. So maybe it was a turning point in my career. I don't know. But
contribute to your lore.
Yeah, I guess my origin stories. But yeah, that was it. Near death experience. We should have all died.